Story 1: The Creepy Mickey Mouse Stalker. What started as a fun family trip to Disney World quickly turned into a parent's worst nightmare. The father spotted his son talking to a man in a dirty, off-brand Mickey Mouse costume. At first he brushed it off. It's Disney after all, what could happen? But as he got closer, red flags started popping up. This Mickey wasn't his usual cheerful self. In fact, he was downright creepy, with a filthy costume and dead, lifeless eyes. The dad quickly collected his kids, but not before the imposter Mickey tried to grab his son. That night at the motel, the dad was awoken by a chilling sight outside his window: Mickey, standing still as a statue under the streetlights. But it gets worse. The next thing the dad knows, Mickey's pounding on the window, completely naked. The police arrived, but the deranged man was never caught. So much for the happiest place on earth. Story 2: The Dark Underbelly of Celebration, Florida. On the surface, Celebration, Florida seems like the perfect town, a picturesque Disney community with beautiful homes, white picket fences, and manicured lawns. It's so flawless, residents even nicknamed it the Bubble. But don't be fooled. Scratch beneath the surface and you'll uncover murder, suicide, and sordid scandals all simmering under Celebration's sunny facade. In 1998, Celebration was rocked by a brutal home invasion where masked burglars beat a couple mercilessly. Later, a well-liked teacher was found murdered, his body chopped to pieces. Turns out, he had a history of molesting students on school trips. Then there's the infamous Death Pond, where unsuspecting drivers met grisly ends before guardrails were installed. Even creepier, some residents claim the town's squeaky clean image conceals a seedy swinger scene. So much for Disney magic. In Celebration, the American dream is more like a nightmare. Story 3: The Family Trip from Hell. For one British family, a dream vacation to Disney World morphed into a horror movie come to life. While in the Animal Kingdom, the parents noticed their young daughter seemed miserable. Suddenly, she starts screaming for her mommy, even though a man had been parading her around the park all day. Turns out, the girl had been abducted and her captor was posing as her father. A crowd quickly surrounds them. The girl is safely returned to her real parents, and the kidnapper flees. Who knows what terrible fate she escaped? It just goes to show, you can't let your guard down for a second, even in the happiest place on earth. Story 4: Death at Disney World. Disney World bills itself as a place where magic comes alive. But for one unlucky custodian, that magic turned tragic. Ray was a cheerful 60-year-old cast member, beloved by his coworkers. One morning, as the crew prepped the park for opening, Ray was sweeping the Skyway platform when disaster struck. Someone switched the ride on without checking that it was clear. Ray tried desperately to outrun the oncoming gondola, but it caught up to him. In a panic, he grabbed on, dangling 60 feet in the air. His coworkers could only watch in horror as Ray lost his grip and plummeted to the concrete below. Despite their prayers, Ray succumbed to his injuries, leaving the whole Disney World staff reeling. It just goes to show, even in the most magical places, tragedy can strike when you least expect it. Story 5: The Halloween Stalker. Ah, Halloween. A night for costumes, candy, and creeping yourself out. But for one unfortunate trick-or-treater, the scares got a little too real. A group of teens were going door to door when they decided to spook a couple by having their friend in a werewolf mask jump out and howl. Luckily, the couple had a good sense of humor about it, and everyone had a good laugh. But their next trick wouldn't be such a treat. As they walked down the street, one of the teens started telling the urban legend of the Halloween poisoner, a twisted individual who put cyanide in pixie sticks, killing innocent kids. Scary story, right? Well, what happened next was even scarier. One of the friends, Tyler, suddenly starts feeling sick, dizzy, and frothing at the mouth. His friends panic, thinking he really did get poisoned by a demented candy giver. As Tyler starts convulsing on someone's lawn, the terrified teens imagine a mass funeral, a police investigation, and the Halloween poisoner striking again. Turns out, Tyler just had a severe allergic reaction to a chocolate bar with gelatin, which he didn't know he was allergic to. Close call, but still a terrifying experience. If you like this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you never miss an upload. Leave us a comment with your own scary encounters, and thanks for tuning in to Scaratastic.